Hey everyone's Chris, and I'm talking about A Midsummer Night's Dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream is one of my favorite Shakespeare plays. Definitely probably my top one for comedy. It's something that I've reread a lot. This is my copy from high school, and I still have it. And it was got a chance to reread it this week for ShakeTube. And if you know what ShakeTube is, I'm going to have links to all the ShakeTube information down below. But a bunch of people on YouTube or booktubers are talking about Shakespeare books every Friday for a couple months. And I didn't do some of the ones before now just because there were things that I read and didn't want to reread while I love rereading this. But I will be doing some of the following ones because there's some that I haven't read yet. And I have my complete collection back there, the little red book on the shelf, and I definitely want to continue to do that. Now, talking about Midsummer Night's Dream, it is one of my favorite Shakespeare plays, as I said, and probably part of that might just because I'm a person who likes romantic comedies. This is romantic comedy in written form. It's basically a story of everyone falling in love with people who they aren't supposed to be falling in love with, because you got two guys that are fighting over a girl, the girl who likes the one guy, the girl likes this girl, and I feel like the story focuses on like messy love things and like romantic comedies does, but adds in a lot of magic because there's mysterious fairies making everything a lot worse. Like throwing love potions at people and making people fall in love with all people are placing duels and things. It's great. It's great. There's also the king of the fairies has his mischievous servant Puck go and make Titania, his wife, fall in love with a man whose head has been transformed into the head of a donkey. Super Ovid, super metamorphosis thing, like the transformations and things in the story. It's great, and Ovid is really hilarious. Speaking of Ovid, there's a lot of Ovid influence in this. Well, one of Shakespeare's biggest influences is metamorphosis, and this was written around the same time that Romeo and Juliet was written. And within this play, there's a play within the play. Later, near the end of the story, there's these actors who are horrible. They're called mechanicals, I believe, and they don't know how to stage a play or anything like that. But they put on Pyramids and Thisbe, which is straight up from Ovid. And Pyramids and Thisbe, similar to Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet in a lot of ways, is one of his influences for it, for sure. And it's essentially about the story about a couple who separate each other by a wall, but they talk through this wall, and one of them, they decide they're going to elope, but then there's a line, and the girl runs, and the guy comes and sees her ripped off and thinks that she's dead, so he killed himself, and then she kills herself. Basically, it's Romeo and Juliet. It's very Romeo and Juliet, and that was within this play, which I thought was really interesting, because I know how close they were written to each other. So I just thought that was pretty cool. And also, it's pretty funny if any staging you've seen of it. Like, any time I've seen A Midsummer Night's Dream, the staging of Pyramids and Thisbe has been hilarious. And this is kind of supposed to be, because it's supposed to be like these people who don't really know what they're doing who are putting it on. So even though it's like the sad story, it ends up being kind of a farce when you see them perform it, which I think is always great. It's a lot of comedy. It's good comedy. If you ever get a chance to see a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, go and see it. It's great. Just go do it. I don't know what to say. I feel like I can't really get too analytical on things because I've studied this in class so many times. I just don't want to go like way above where I need to go with it. Just like I like the Ovid influences. I like the way it's shown. I love the comedy. I love the just messiness of it. It's just a great play. And of course, all of the magic. This probably has some of the most fun magic I've seen in a play. But yeah, I had enough in reading this week, and I will see you all probably not next week, ShakeTube, but probably the week after. I really do not want to reread The Merchant of Venice, to be honest, but maybe I will. Maybe I will. If you think I should reread it for this, tell me in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'll see you all when I see you.